Oh, I want to get one thing out of the way here. I put a comment on a site the other day about child abuse, and there was other comments on there. The one comment was somebody said they found it humorous. So I said something about them finding it humorous, because that's all they said, is they found it humorous. So I sent them a comment. They sent back another comment or email to me saying I was out of line. Well, if you're gonna comment on something as serious, and I think that's about as serious as you can get, as child abuse, you better be goddamn sure what you found is humorous is explained to people. You shouldn't just say it's humorous. You explain why. We're not mind readers. And as far as my comment to you, if you really think you have a reason to be worried, maybe you should think about what you're thinking and about what you're saying to people. Anyways, that's out of the way. As far as all this other stuff, retraining, years ago I was supposed to get retrained. They had me jumping through hoops. Test after test, stay nines, IQ tests, aptitude, all kinds of stuff. And they had me down at their office with a dozen other people. And they weren't honest about all that either, about how they do it. I've got lots of surgery on my left shoulder. I'm right-handed, not left-handed, and but when you're welding, you always do your lifting and positioning with your left hand. One of the tests, I think, was dexterity. Taking little washers, I think was one of them, and you put it on pins. Well, they put down my dexterity, it was 5 out of 5. Which the guy explained to me, because I was having a little problem with that. He put down dexterity, but he didn't differentiate that it was my right hand and not my left hand, because there, you know, people are under the impression that you have such great dexterity. Maybe I can be a typist or something. Well, with my right hand, maybe. I have actually minimal use with my left. It doesn't do anywhere near what it should do, even as you know, I'm not ambidextrous, so it's even more troubling to work with sometimes. But anyways, they sent me for more tests at the University of Saskatchewan, and psychologist, and she finally agreed with, after all her testing, that I should be an engineer. I got that in my file, and they agreed. I should definitely be an engineer. Waited and waited and waited. Plus, she wanted me to keep seeing me. She said all those years of neglect, you know, like, she maybe can't explain it to them that way, but she told my wife that 10 years without getting a diagnosis, and I was in excruciating pain, and she thought I should keep seeing her. And they agreed. In my file. Money was all there for this. I told her I didn't really give a shit, but she thought it was best that I keep seeing her and get back into school, university. One day she phoned the house. I'd done all the legwork, running around, getting books lined up, dates, all this stuff. Found out who teachers were, things like that. She phoned the house, and my wife said, well, they haven't phoned yet. I said, what was that about? She said, well, they wanted, the psychologist wants to know what's going on. How come they haven't set this up yet? So then she phoned back later that afternoon, and she said, oh, the bastards changed their minds, and they never even told us. Just like that. Well, what happened in the meantime is, prior to that, I'd been offered a job with the city of Saskatoon. See, if people don't get this in the right context, I was offered a job under the affirmative action. And I had friends working in the city of Saskatoon who set this up for me. Seasonal work, easy, light duty stuff, reasonable wage, City Hall, Saskatoon, to get me going again. Get me going. And, oh, I was told by Tammy Chambers, workers' comp employee, rehab counselor, I suppose, retraining counselor. And Lori Backert, claim adjuster or worker. Oh, don't do that. We're going to retrain you. Don't worry. Don't do that because you might lose workers' comp if something happens to you. You just don't do that. So I didn't. Boy, I sure rushed back when I found out I was going to be denied everything. The job no longer existed. People want to know how bad this gets. Well, I'm telling you, it's how bad it gets for me. Like if they're not going to help, they should at least stay out of a guy's way. But they're not happy unless they're destroying you. That's what I found. They're not happy unless they're destroying your life. The rest of it's just bullshit. But I've seen it all. Christ, like I said, I read stuff on here and you people just learning this stuff. Wait, if you last long enough. But anyways, I'm waiting for more bullets. Talk to you later.